pulse of the planet, keep the fast standing, standing, standing. Red alert, red alert, red alert, yeah. Got the dirt on my soul, no grandstanding. No nasty, not even if it's old dark 30s. Flint Street made, even dirt roads, highway 30. 50, 40, 90, that'll get you 30. That's a clean sweep.
Welcome to Red Alert Houston Rockets Zone. I'm Hope Champion. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and drop Clutch City in the comments. And lock in to hear Daily Rockets talk.
Yo, what's up, man? This is Houston Rockets Red Alert. Better know what you heard. Unchained, unfiltered, uncut, no cap, truth, facts, all that. We finna get straight into it, man. I ain't got no time for no shucky and jiving today. It's been a long day. And you know, if you hear, you understand what happened tonight. Our Houston Rockets fell to the Oklahoma City Thunder in double overtime. Okay. I don't know what you come to do, but I come here just to make a couple things clear. That's ridiculous. I don't want to share the whole deck on screen. Okay. I just want to make a couple things clear before I get up out of here. I mean, I'm not gonna keep you long. But I think I need a little theme music for this one. Let me get a little theme music real quick. All right, look. Allow me to cook up something for you right quick. All right, it go like this. If you don't understand what just happened tonight, you're missing the big picture. Tonight, your Houston Rockets took on the champions and took them to double overtime without a point guard, and with their superstar just doing what Jalen Green could have done last year. Say it again. Kevin Durant just did what Jalen Green could have done last year. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And if I tell you, if he'd have done one more thing, more than what he did, I would be the happiest Houston Rockets fan ever. Let's just get one steal on one block, bro. Just one. Either one. Pick one. Knock the ball. And I thought he had got a steal. I thought Kevin Durant ripped that boy in the middle of the court, and they didn't put it in the They didn't put it in the box score. But with that being said, if he would have got just one steal, but okay, all that aside, here's the take. The take is that what we saw tonight is that Jalen Green could have been the catalyst to get us through the playoffs. Because with Kevin Durant barely scoring 23 points, we gave the champs all they could take. Pause. We gave them all they can handle. We literally did every possible thing that you could imagine to win that game, and simultaneously, okay, whatever. You know what time it is. It's late, so we did everything we could to lose that game. We did every possible thing you could imagine to win that game and to lose that game. How is that possible? And I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's possible. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's possible. Mm, okay, here we go. First of all, in the first quarter, uh, uh, let's see if I can get a little more. Uh, uh, no, 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 no. Um, okay, here we go. Look at this. Shit finna get real quick. Is this my first quarter stats? No, I just need my first quarter stats. First quarter. Now I know y'all say you can't see this, but I'm not just gonna just speak it out to you. Hold on, let me see. I got somebody in here. Buck Mo. What happened to your boy East? I'm gonna tell you about Tar in a minute. I'm gonna tell you about Tar. We're gonna talk about Tar. We finna talk about Tar. I ain't hey, I ain't scared of you. That's that right there. Cause you said you was gonna pull up on me one day. You can pull up on me or not. I'm finna chop it up for a little while. And I want to make this a little bit bigger just so we can, I'm gonna pull it over here out to the side. We can get a look at it while I'm up here. Um, let's make it, yeah. I think that's cool over here. All right. All right. Because this game wasn't about Tari Eason. This game wasn't about Tari Eason. We ain't gonna we ain't gonna put it all on Tari tonight. We're not gonna put it all on Tari. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna admonish him. I am going to I'm gonna get into it, but we gotta deal with it like it is right now. Okay? What in the hell is going on with this thing tonight? Okay, listen. This ain't about Tar. Can the people see? Can the people see what the people ain't gonna be too long? Gotta go to work at 4:20. Oh, okay, okay. No, it's all good. It's all good. Well, I gotta facts, facts. No, listen. I don't know if you know Buck Mo, but I've been online since I've been I streamed pretty much all day today. I streamed all day today. I had a couple things jumping off, and I got up this morning and started my little opening day stream, and so it was a just a party, little opening day party. I threw myself, but no, let me get into this so we can get into this real quick. What did Alper Shangoon do? So you got Alp versus Chet in the first quarter. Chet Holmgren cooked us in the first quarter. That's 5 for 5, bro. That's 5 for 5 for Chet Holmgren in the first quarter. Alperin, 1 for 4. Okay, that's the first thing. That's the first thing we're looking at. Alp was 1 for 4. Chet was 5 for 5. And I'm just doing matchups. I'm just looking at matchups. Kevin Durant and who started for them was it Shea and then Caruso. So let's just go to Caruso. Kevin Durant 3 for 7 in the first quarter. And it seemed like after the first, first of all, it seemed like he wasn't gonna really never get started. It seemed like he wasn't gonna never get started. But then once he got started, it seemed like it took him. He just never got the ball rolling. KD just never got the ball rolling. And those two things right there are two of the biggest reasons the game was even what it was in the first quarter. Let me get to this right here, because this is what I really wanted to bring up. I wanted to go look at their shot charts where they were shooting the ball from, because Chet was cooking in the mid range, and our main shots was very close to the rim. But let's go look at this. Steven Adams and Alperen Sengun kept us in the game, bro. Kevin Durant with 9 rebounds. I didn't see that. That was a quiet 9 rebounds for KD. I'm not gonna lie. That was a quiet 9 rebounds. He snuck that up on me. But come on, bro. Come on, bro. Look at this stat line, dog. Look at this stat line from Alperen Sengun. It's crazy. This is crazy work, bro. This is crazy work from Alperen Sengun. But okay, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Listen. The point I'm making is, the point I want to get to is this. As far as people sitting here telling me the first thing they want to talk about is whether or not the double big lineup. And I don't have a problem if you don't think the double big lineup is the best lineup. I don't have no problem with that. I'm not going to argue you down about the double big lineup. But I will say this. Without that double big lineup, that team would have came out and ran the ball down our mouth and beat us up, bullied us, smacked us around early, and there was nothing we could do to stop them. The only thing that kept us in the game early was Steven Adams, Aquaman. The only thing that kept us in the game was Aquaman. And throughout the game, listen. But see, here's the point you got to take away from it. Here's the point you got to take away from it. But the spacing wasn't good. But ultimately, the spacing wasn't going to be good anyway. I mean, we weren't going to score anyway. Even if the spacing was good, nobody was really shooting the ball like that. Nobody was hitting threes. Like, why do you need spacing just to have spacing when nobody can shoot? You see what I'm saying? So just because you're spaced out, it's not going to help you if you can't make those shots. It's just standing far away from the goal for no reason. We get the vertical spacing. That was a generational hater. So if we don't get the spacing through X and Y, we'll get the spacing Z. We'll get the vertical. And I like that. I like that concept, because we didn't have a lot of spacing. You're right about that. But it wasn't going to help us early in the game. We needed to be able to get those. No. It wouldn't. I mean, no. Because even if we had the spacing, okay, so you start Jabari and LP, right? Two things happen. You get the spacing, but now you got to stand around more, because you're not going to do a lot of motion with KD and Jabari. You're not going to do a lot of actions and moving around with KD and Jabari. You did as much moving as you could with LP and Steven Adams. But the reason is valuable with the double bigs is because Alperen Sengun often has the ball at the top of the key. So it's not like it's because of the double spacing is messed up because guys are not moving a lot. Guys are not moving to the spot they need to be in. Spacing was messed up. It had little to do with the double bigs. What the double bigs was let me show you what the double bigs did. This is what the double bigs did. Steven Adams had 5 rebounds. 2 of those 5 offensive rebounds was in the first 4 minutes of the game. 2 of those 5 offensive rebounds was in the first 4 minutes of the game. And overall, it wasn't the double big that cost us that game. It wasn't the double big that cost us that game. I tell you what cost us that game. I can tell you exactly what cost us that game, bro. You really want to know what it was? I'm finna tell you in just a minute. I'm finna tell you in just a minute. Let's see. You see this? You see that? This right here cost us the game. This will cost us the game right here. Okay? Okay? Now, I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw that. But that's what cost us the game. And the reason why it cost us the game is because the reason why that cost us the game is because Reed Shepard was on the floor for what? For what? Why was he there? Why was Reed Shepard on the floor? Um, let's see. Why was Reed Shepard on the floor? I'm gonna tell you why Reed Shepard was on the floor. In my mind's eye. In my mind's eye. We go to the fourth quarter. Let's go look at Isaiah Reed Shepard. Can you see how many shots he made and missed right there in the fourth quarter? Let's just look. Okay. First quarter, second quarter. So he's 2 for 4. Third quarter, that's a little 2-pointer. So that's 3 for 6, 3 for 7, 3 for 7. Oh, my bad. Let me stay on there. He's 3 for 7 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Ming missed both of them. That's 4 for 9. Overtime, nothing. Second overtime, nothing. Why is he out there? Why is Reed Shepard out there in overtime if he's never going to shoot the ball? If he's not going to shoot the ball, you can't have him out there. It's but if he's not going to shoot it, if he ain't going to shoot the ball though, bro, this is my thing. If he ain't going to shoot that mug, you can't have him out there. That's just clear cut and dry. There ain't no way around that. You can blame it on Tari. You can blame it on Tari. I don't see how. Technically, I don't see how you could blame it on Tari. You know, I think here's the thing. Because Tari's in the headlines, everything he do is gonna be magnified, sensationalized. You know, everything he does is gonna be blown out of proportion. But it wasn't Tari's fault. It wasn't Tari's fault. Let me tell you exactly what I seen Torrey do. I'm finna talk about it. Let's talk about it. Torrey had 3 turnovers. Torrey had 3 turnovers. How many did Ahmed have? And how many did Kevin Durant have? They had 4 apiece. Torrey had 3 turnovers in a short period of time. I get it. But Kevin Durant had 4 turnovers, and Ahmed Thompson had 4 turnovers, and Ahmed Thompson was like 0 for 9 from 3. Like 0 for some shit from 3. And I'm not saying, I'm not gonna say, hey, look, I don't want you to shoot the 3 because you wasn't making them. That's not the mind frame I got. But what I will say is, can we just put up 3-pointers? Okay, so we can see them right there. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 0 for 6 from 3. Ahmed Thompson. Let's see what Kevin Durant was. 1, 2, 3. No, it was 0 for 4. It wasn't no 0 for 3. It was 0 for 4. They hide one of his misses. Kevin Durant, supposed to be a shooter. I mean, what's the difference between a person who shoot a bunch of twos and make? Let's see. I mean, Kevin Durant did the exact same thing Jalen Green could have done. I mean, that's basically how I started out the stream. Nothing that Kevin Durant did, Jalen Green couldn't have done. What was the thing that Kevin Durant did that Jalen Green couldn't have done? Is correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jalen Green misses shots. Yep. Kevin Durant missed some shots. Jalen Green averaged about 21 points. Kevin Durant scored about 21 points. I'm gonna tell you something I never seen. I never seen Jalen Green call a timeout when we don't have now. I never seen that. I never seen that happen. If you ever saw Jalen Green call a timeout when we don't have one, put your pinky rings to the moon, goddamn. I never seen that. I feel like, bro, I don't know. I might be bugging, but it seemed like Kevin Durant did not want to score 22 points. It's like he did not want to score that 22, 23 points. He just went out of his way not to do it. He went out of his way not to score those points. I don't care what nobody. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. Kevin Durant, he went above and beyond the call of duty to not score 23 points. He actually literally had my cheeks hella tight. I'm like, how in the hell could Kevin Durant not score 23 points? Actually, 22. Like, how do you get Kevin Durant opening night, OKC, and he don't score 22 points? I would have. Oh my god! I actually literally thought I was about to collapse. How many minutes did he play? Talking about Torrey? Let's see how many minutes Torrey played. Let's go take a gander. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander over here and see how many minutes Torrey Eason played. Torrey Eason played 22 minutes. And listen at this. Listen at this. Torrey Eason played 22 minutes. He had 3 turnovers. He was a -4. He was a -4. Okay? He was a -4. He had 3 points. He was 1 for 3. 1 for 4 behind the arc. He made a 3-pointer. He missed 3. His only shot that he made was a 3-pointer. Okay? That's crazy. Clint Capella had a steal. Reed Shepard had a steal. Hey, listen, you can chalk Reed Shepard up for a steal in a block a game, bro. I believe that. I believe Reed Shepard gonna get you a steal or a block every game. I used to say that about Almond too, but I mean he do. I'm gonna get you a steal in the block every game, but Shango go crazy. Anyway, let me set this out for you. Let me set this out. Here's the thing about Tari Eason. Yes, he played. He didn't play good defense today. He didn't play good defense. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna be very technical. Tari Eason didn't play good defense today. He looked like he was a deer in headlights at certain times of the game. The game was moving really fast for him. Oftentimes he was closing out. As soon as he started to close out, the guy was already going past him. Okay? A lot of times when Tari Eason was going to get himself in position, the guy was getting ready to blow right by him. You stepping out to try to make a play, and the guy's already in motion because he see you coming, and he's not going to let you get in front of him. That's what I saw happen a couple of times. He had a couple of turnovers. The turnovers he had was, I ain't gonna say it was trying to do too much. I can say that it was just nerves. I can say that it was just nerves. The one where he was dribbling the ball and he just fell down and dropped the ball. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do it. It ain't like he made a bad pass. He just fell down, bro. He was trying to turn the corner. He got a little ahead of himself and he fell down and the ball popped out, turnover. Okay, cool. Cool in the game. Listen. No, listen. Okay, let me ask you this. If I told you that Tari Eason was going to be 33% for three, he was going to have 5 rebounds, and that was pretty much it, right? Just 5 rebounds, like assist, and 3 points, right? That's all he was going to do. Would you be mad about that? Would you be like, oh man, that's horrible? Nobody would be horrible. I mean, nobody would be upset about that. The only reason it's a deal is because it was his contract year. Because we count in his pockets. The only reason it's even an issue about what Tari scored, never. It's never been an issue. It's never been an issue. Because if I told you that Dennis Rodman played all game and he had 2 points, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't care. You would just say, "Oh, that's just Dennis Rodman. That's what he does." But then you say, "Well, I got to bring Tari off the bench." Why? Why do you got to bring him off the bench? You see, you bring him off the bench because you're not giving him a solidified job. So all his job is to come in and be a hustle guy, play defense. That's his job. He came in, he was a hustle guy, he played defense, he got his rebounds, and he went back to the Rodman gonna average 14, 15 rebounds a game. Okay. But Rodman was also a starter. Tari played 22 minutes, not 35, not 37. He played 22 minutes and he had 5 rebounds and a 3-pointer. Okay, cool. First game of the season. Here's the thing. If I tell you that, hey, Kevin Durant was going to score the same amount of points as Jalen Green, we got rid of Kevin Durant and Dylan Brooks. Kevin Durant had 4 turnovers. Kevin Durant had 4 turnovers and 6 fouls, 5 fouls, 6 fouls, which counted as points for the other teams just as well. They count as points for the other team the same way as a turnover would. If you foul them, you give them 3 points. But listen, Kevin Durant had 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers. You know what his plus minus was? I'm gonna tell you what his plus minus was. 0. 0. He didn't do bad. He didn't do good. He was, what's the word? Obsolete. He was obsolete. You pay a guy $45 million and he's obsolete. Obsolete. Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck. Tar was a -4. He was a -4. Guess how much he gets paid? He's a -4. Listen, the guy who is 4 points lower than Kevin Durant gets paid $40 million less to be 4 points lower in box plus minus. Well, Kevin Durant gets paid $40 million more to be a zero. Not do good, not do bad. I'm just obsolete. I'm just obsolete. I'm here. 0 3-pointers, 50% from the field goal, and 9 rebounds, 3 assists. No block, no steal. If he would have got a block or a steal, I wouldn't even be saying this. If he would have got a block or a steal, because Jabari Smith Jr. got a steal. Steven Adams got a block. They don't have it up here, but we saw him get a block. Steven Adams got a block, and I don't know why it's not on ESPN joint. They trying to rip people off. But Steven Adams should have had a block. I remember seeing that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Steven Adams have a block? Broke even. Yeah, you broke even. You did nothing. You did nothing. You did nothing. We don't pay you $40 million to break even, bro. We don't pay you $40 million. We don't pay you $40 million. Well, I don't pay you nothing. I don't pay you nothing. So I'm just saying. But you don't get paid $40 million to be a zero in the plus minus. Either stink it up or, be a plus. Be a plus or be a negative. Can't just be a zero, man. That's just not how we doing it. So I don't take much away from Tar's game tonight, other than he was nervous. I expect to see him do better. But I do look at Kevin Durant and say, hey, you ultimately were supposed to be the, you were supposed to be the difference maker. You were supposed to be a difference maker. You were supposed to be a guy that when all is said and done, roll out a basketball and get a bucket. Roll out of bed and score points. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Okay. Here we go. No. Okay. Now, I don't see nothing wrong with Tar having a bad game, first game of the season, after all the contract talks. Today was the day, yesterday was the day that he was supposed to sign a contract. He found out he's not getting a contract. The very next day he got to play the champions of the world. He come out, he don't have a good game. But here's the thing. Now listen to this. When Shea was cooking, and we needed a big stop, who made the big stop? Went back to the bench, knew he stunk up everything, came out, made a big play in the closing, in the phrase of the game. To me, that's big time. Because when you know you're having a bad day, you know you're not doing good, and then you come out and then you make the big you make the big block. Jabari made a big play too. But Torrey with the big block, that was big after the game he had. because everything he was doing just it didn't look right. I'm not even making excuses for him. I'm saying it didn't look right. It wasn't right. It wasn't what he was supposed to be. He didn't. I mean, he did play trash. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to what we used to, he did. But Amin, you know what? I'm not gonna harp on the missed shots or the turnovers. I'm just gonna say when I tell you that Amin and Tar are they when they say Terra twins, they be in the same boat to me. They be in the same boat to me. Just like I'm not gonna harp on Tar's bad game, I'm not gonna harp on Amin's bad game. But Amin did some stuff tonight as far as turning over the ball, not not shooting his form, not shooting with his confidence. I mean, he was shooting like I can make it, but he wasn't really focused on making it. He wasn't really focused on his shot. You know, he was just shooting the ball like I can make these. I don't give a F. Matter of fact, I want to make this appeal. I want to make this appeal to Amin Thompson. Give a F, bro. Give a F from now on. If that's your I don't give a F, I need you to give some Fs. I need you to give several Fs. Fs. Give some Fs, some Keebler F, cookies, all that. I need you to give all the Fs. I did not like that 0 for 7. You know, and it's one of them things like you 0 for 5, you might want to get the ball to Kevin Durant. And they're gonna force you to take shots and you 0 for 5. I mean, what are they doing? They backing out for you? Then run at them. Run at them full speed. Run at them full speed and then just jump. You know what I mean? You Amin Thompson. Just run at them full speed and then jump. What they gonna do? They gonna foul you in the air? They gonna stop you from hang gliding across the court? Not really. But we're not gonna be, we're not really gonna over exert ourselves in talking about that. But I will say they gonna no, they're gonna play off of him. They're gonna play off of him. They're gonna force him to shoot. He's gonna have to make shots. But that's what I think. I think ultimately what Ime looked at was Ime looked at the court and Ime said, hey, Amin's shooting horrible. And we need somebody out there that's gonna open up the court a little bit. Let's put Reed out there and let's see if Reed can have enough gravity to get Kevin Durant open to take a shot. And Kevin Durant was not interested, bro. He was not interested in scoring 23 points tonight. Do you realize that Kevin Durant had 17.5 shots for over 20 minutes? I mean, 17.5 points for over 20 minutes. Do you realize that Kevin Durant literally was stuck at 17.5 shots? Right now, my stats still say 17.5. That's how long he was stuck at 17.5. He was literally not. How is he supposed to score? I mean, you know who he is, don't you? I mean, that's what he told the reporter. I mean, that's probably what he would tell me. You know, be 7'2" or whatever you is. Be that and shoot that mug. Listen. I'm not saying that I have a problem with the way the game went tonight. That's not what I'm saying. See, I don't want you to misconstrue what I feel. I feel totally opposite to the way most Rockets fans feel tonight. I feel like that was a great game. We mucked it up. We made the waters murky. They was physical. We was physical. They thought they was gonna run away. They wasn't able to get away from us. We was able to stay ahead of them all game long until Shea went on the cooking spree. And when Shea got to cooking, it wasn't nothing nobody can do with him. And that's something that Amin Thompson is going to have to learn is that, hey, when you're covering the greatest guard in the world, he gonna get his stuff off. He gonna get his stuff off. There's nothing you can really do about it. He Shea gives Alexander. He had 35 points. He had 5 rebounds. He had 3 turnovers. And guess what? He was 1 for 9 from 3. But guess what else? He had 3 turnovers. Well, listen, Shea had 2 steals and 2 blocks. I mean, that's all I've been asking of Almond is just get 2 steals and 2 blocks a game. That's all. That's all I've been saying. Almond, just get 2 steals and 2 blocks a game. That's more important than a lot of the stuff that people talking about he need to do. You want to be 0 for 7 from 3? Okay, give me 2 steals and 2 blocks a game. You can be 0. You can be 0 for 7. 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He literally had the stat line. I mean, I would like I'm gonna have a couple more rebounds, maybe 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 20 points. You know, that would be nice. But let's look at what he actually had. 18 points, minus 11. He was a minus 11. 4 turnovers, 3 fouls, 1 block, 1 steal, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 0 for 7 for 3. It was a gritty kind of, grimy kind of game, and not nothing really to talk bad about, man. It's not really nothing to talk bad about, to be honest. I don't, because even with the way Reed played, I know that it's not favorable to say, hey, because okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you this, Buck. Reed Shepard or Tari Eason? After watching tonight's game, who are you more comfortable with, Reed Shepard or Tari Eason? Look at you. I know. Look at you. You over there. You about to sweat. I know you about to sweat now. You have no idea. You taking Reed? Oh my days. Oh my days. You actually said Reed Shepard over Tari Eason? I never thought I'd hear that. I never thought I'd hear the day you said Reed Shepard over anybody. Oh. No, Reed didn't have a great game. Tari didn't have a great game. Amen didn't have a great game. Kevin Durant didn't have a great game. The only 3 people that really had a good game was Jabari, LP, and Steven Adams. Them was the 3 guys who had exceptional games tonight. Steven Adams had an exceptional game tonight. Jabari had a great game tonight, and Albert Shango had a super game tonight. That boy's on a warpath. Everybody else just did their job. They just did their job, and they did it okay. Nothing to write home about. Nothing too great. I wouldn't argue with anybody if they wanted to say, hey, this person didn't play well. I wouldn't argue with nobody. I would say how important it is. How important, like, I wouldn't overreact at this point to be like, oh, we need to trade Reed Shepard. I wouldn't overreact like that. I wouldn't be like, oh man, Ahmed had turnovers. We need a new point guard immediately. We got to get you get a new point guard and then do what? You gonna take Steven Adams out the game now? You want to get a point guard so Steven Adams cannot play? And what you mean to tell me is that you want to get offensive? I mean, you want to give up your offensive rebounds? Well, we won't need offensive rebounds. Oh hell no. Who's the PG that you can get? You can't get no point guard that's like, you're not gonna get nobody at that price. You're not gonna get nobody at that price. $10 million. It's like $10 million if we trade Torrey. If we trade, I don't, I don't think we can. I don't really think we can get nobody with the money we got. So there's nobody that's good unless 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 you're able to package up. Unless you're able to package up, the Fred Van Vliets and Torrey Eastons together and able to do something that way, which would mean that Fred would have to be cool with you saying, "Hey, look, we trying to go for it, and we need to make a move, man. We're gonna go ahead and move your contract and let you heal on somebody else's clock. And if you retire, come back, we'll get you. We'll still let you get in the head office, and we'll give you a position in that type of situation. But you're not trading Torrey and getting much of nothing. So I don't know. I don't know. It's really nothing that's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Let me tell you. Let me explain to you what's gonna happen. Tar's gonna come out and have a good game. Tar's gonna have a couple of good games, and then everybody gonna be like, "No, but I said I didn't. I said that it's gonna be cool. I said that you know, I said it ain't no big deal." Torrey, J.D. Davidson, and 2 second-round picks. That's not. I mean, that's like what? How much money is that? How much money is that? It's like $7 million. Who you gonna get for seven? Who do you want for $7 million? That's gonna make our team better. I mean, there's nobody out there that makes $5 million, $7 million that's gonna make your team significantly better. Everybody got chips. All the good guards got chips, big bags. All the guards got chips, man. They all getting the money on. They all getting to the chicken. So you know, it ain't much you can do to get a point guard right now, right? Oh, I can't believe this boy Kevin Durant though, man. That's horrible. And Steph Curry still haven't scored. Get the f- out of here, bro. Hold on. You can't tell me Steph Curry ain't scored no basket right now. Okay. Curry got 18 points. I was about to say, are you trying to tell me Curry ain't scored? Yeah. I'll make a little piece of change on these boys, man, but not what I was supposed to. Not what I was supposed to, man. Trying to get to the chicken on these boys, man. I'm trying to get to the chicken. Um, nah, man. I mean, you got to make it make sense. You got to make it make sense to me. Like, what do you expect for Torrey to have done that was different? Did you expect for him to do? You know, was it something that you expected him to do that he didn't do, or what? Because I mean, he didn't. It wasn't a lot of open shots for him. He didn't get a lot of open shots. He didn't get out in transition and make no bunch of transition plays. But for whatever be, they were protecting the ball pretty good. They were protecting the ball pretty good. So it's not like we expected them to, right? Let me see how to switch this over. I need to see how to switch that joint. How to switch that joint. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll get a little chicken. I'll get a little chicken from these boys today. I just wish if KD would have had that, if KD would have had that one block, but I got my chicken up today. I'm coming right back for him tomorrow though. But yeah, man, that's how That's how I am with mine. That's where I'm at with mine, bro. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna stay on long tonight, man. I'm like you. I just had to come in and get out a couple of points, which I didn't get to all of them, but at this point, he looked like what they pay him. Who talking about Tar? You talking about Tar look like what they pay him? Yeah, I mean, but see, but everybody knows this. Everybody know that you can't play with somebody money. It's better. Guys play better when they paid. That's just what it is. Guys play better when they paid. When they know that their money's taken care of, they feel like they valuable to the team, and you take care of them, then they play better. You know what I mean? That's a that's a that's an easy fix, bro. That was an easy fix. Easy thing to do. Was go ahead and press yourself up against the cap. Go ahead and say, hey, you know what? We're gonna press our nose, flesh up against the cap with every single penny that we can pay you right now. Everybody's paid but you. Push you right up against the cap, and you know we'll make moves next year. We'll make sure that next year guys come off the books. But see, here's the thing. I don't even know because I don't know exactly how much everybody makes that's coming off the books next year and what they plan on doing, this, that, and the third. But Tar not getting a contract this year probably ain't as big a deal as what people make it out to be. Because I think him not getting a contract this year just allows for those people to come off the books naturally, and then somebody come out and make him an offer, and then whatever offer he get, we'll be able to match it next year after we get rid of, the Jeff Greens and the Jay Sean Tates and all this and that. You know, we'll be able to move pieces. And I don't know how long we got them guys on the contract for, but we'll be able to move pieces. And Tari might be on the trade block. Tari might be on the trade block. If Tari on the trade block, I'm not mad. I'm not mad if he's on the trade block. I just wouldn't do it. Unless you're getting a better defender. And it ain't too many. It ain't too many great defenders out there in the league. But if you're getting a better defender than Tari Eason, and you say, well, hey, look, you know, I don't mind trading Tari because we bringing in you know, a defensive point guard or somebody. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not crying about Tari Eason contract. I'm not gonna cry about the way he played tonight. It's not a big deal to me to where I feel like, oh, he gotta go all of a sudden. Now, if you was to ask me what would have made the outcome of the game different, um, I think the offense down the stretch with with Shangoon cooking the way he was cooking, I just feel like, at a point or two, you should have drew something up for Jabbar, because Jabbar was playing good and he was knocking down shots. I think at a point of the game, you should have been able to just say, "Hey, look, we're gonna go ahead and get something going towards Jabbar, going to Jabbar." Let's see, let's look at this. Jabbar Smith Jr. had 16 points. He was 2 for 6 from three, 7 for 15 from the field goal, 5 rebounds, 1 block. And let's go to the um let's go by play so we can see what he did in the fourth quarter. If we can look at what he did in the fourth overtime, even better. Even better. He made 2 shots, a dunk and then a little 18-footer. And then in overtime, he came back. He made a 3 in the corner. That was a big shot. That was the big shot in overtime to Jabbar had the shooting foul. Chet Holmgren makes a free throw. Amir Thompson come down and miss a 3. Jabbar get the offensive rebound. Jabbar make 2 points. Chet Holmgren go down. He made 2 points. Chet Holmgren kicked the ball violation. Albert Shango misses 15-footer. The Rocket offensive team rebound. Shot clock turnover. Shea gives Alexander bad pass. Kevin Durant makes 2-point shot. Chet Holmgren makes 13-foot 2-pointer. Jabari Smith makes a 26-foot 3-point jumper from an Armin Thompson assist, and that was the big shot that you know that was the big shot that kept us in the contention for the get us to that second overtime. Then we get in the second overtime, which is crazy, and he didn't take no threes in the second overtime. He didn't take no threes in the second overtime. And I know the game was close, and you probably don't want to make no, you don't want to just jack up no crucial shot. But I don't think Jabari is scared of the moment at all. I think if you get him that shot in the second overtime, we can win that game. If Reed Shepard not out there, I don't know. I would have went back to Tar, bro. I think I would have went back to Tar because I think I would have went back to Tar because he had made up for his he had made up for his lack of defensive awareness when he came back and got that block. And I think he was just starting to feel himself. He was just kind of get himself riled up with that block, and that was gonna help put him back in the right mindset. And if he was in the right mindset, he could have helped us down the stretch with the defense. But it wasn't our defense that really helped them win the game. It was simple, man. We couldn't stop them down the stretch. Reed Shepard was not stopping no Shea Alexander or nobody. And I'm gonna give you a big one. Big reason we lost because these referees was super biased in this game. These referees were super biased in this game. And it was oftentimes in this game where I felt like the whistle was a little hot and a little a little premature, when it came to calling those fouls against the Houston Rockets, bro. Calling fouls against the Houston Rockets, ticky-tack fouls, trying to make up somewhere where nothing was at, just looking to get them any kind of advantage they could. And the Rockets still overcame it and made it a hell of a game. It was a knockdown drag out. And like I said, you have to punch somebody in their face, man. You have to come out, punch this team in the face, let them know you here. And that's what we did. We literally came out. My mama, yo mama hanging out clothes. My mama sock yo mama in the nose. Did it hurt? We came straight out, punched them guys in the face, and we made them guys have to respect the fact that we was there. And how did we do that? We did that because of the double big lineup. I don't really want to. I know I'm gonna hear it. I know I'm gonna hear it. People who don't like the double big lineup, okay, whatever. But we don't punch that team in the mouth, and we don't even take this game to a double overtime if it's not for the double big lineup. If it's not for Steven Adams' offensive rebound, the Steven Adams and Alfred Şengün 24 rebounds between the two of them, this game don't even go as far as it. I mean, this is not even a close game. They blow us out the water in real life. Let's go look at the team stats. Team stats. They shot 104 field goals. We shot 97. They made 3 more field goals than we did. We shot a tenth of a percent better than they did. We shot 44.3. They shot 44.2. 3-pointers, 11 for 39. They were 13 for 52, bro. 13 for 52. They was shooting that thing. They was letting that thing rip. They was letting it rip. They was ripping. They shot 25%, bro. We shot 28.2%. Atrocity. This is a horrible shooting game by both teams from 3. This was a horrible shooting game by both teams from 3-pointer. 87.1% from the free throw line. I think that's what we stayed in the game also because our guys knocked down free throw after free throw after free throw after free throw, and Amin and LP, like they didn't miss free throws tonight. When you got Alpha Shangoon keeping pace with Shea Gilders Alexander, as far as free throw, Shea actually had 3 more free throws than LP, and he missed 3 more free throws than LP. LP shot 10 for 11 from 3-point, which is 91, 92%. And Shea Gilders Alexander shot 10 for 14, which is like 87%, something like that. We out rebounding them. Listen to this. Listen to this, Buckmore. Listen to this because I want you to hear this. So when people start talking about the double big lineup, when people start talking about the double big lineup, I want you to be able to tell them this. Yeah, but we out rebounded the champs who have a double big team. They have 2 bigs, and both of them are pretty good, by the way. And we out rebounded them 51-39. We had 16 rebounds. They had 12 offensive. We had 35 defensive rebounds to their 27. We manhandled them on the glass tonight. And that is why we were even in the game. We are not anywhere in this game if we don't get those offensive rebounds. Now, the defensive rebounds came because they was just jacking up threes. That's where the defensive rebound came from. But those 4 offensive rebounds right there make up all the difference of why we was even in this game. Remember I said those first 2, and I bet you all 4 of those offensive rebounds, we got 4 more offensive rebounds than they got. Those first 2 in the first quarter that kept us in the lead when they was trying to make a comeback, that just kept them having to try to get over the hump, trying to get over the hump. That way they never got to get over the hump and just take off on us. That was big. But they 3 assists, which is important. They sharing the ball around. They moving the ball around. Oh, I didn't even know my audio had cut out. My bad. Appreciate you. Yeah, you're right about that. We did. But if it's not for those rebounds, bro, we're not even in this game. If not for those rebounds, we're not even in this game. They blow us out. Matter of fact, if it's not for the rebounds, they get off to a strong start. And like the Warriors, like that Warriors team, they one of those teams to where when they at home, if they get off to a hot start, they get off to a warm start, it's nothing you can do to slow them down. If they get the snowball rolling, there's nothing you can do to slow them down because they get the running. They got them shooters. They got 3-point shooters. Then you got Chet who can get hot in a moment's notice, and he's shooting middies and fadeaways and 3-pointers and blocking shots and all that kind of stuff. They could have got going, bro, early. And Chet did have it going. Chet had it going early, but we managed to stay within striking distance, or not within striking distance, but we managed to make it a game early just off offensive rebounds. They would score, we would come down and miss a shot, get the offensive rebound, go back down, score. You know what I mean? And then we come back down, get the take a shot, miss a shot, get an offensive rebound, score. They come back down, they score. So if we don't get those offensive rebounds, we down by 4. We'd be down by 4 and right out the gate. To where the times we got offensive rebounds, they would have took the lead early. And if they took that lead, I just don't think we could have. We wasn't gonna, I don't think we could have came back. I think once they would have got a lead early, if they would have got a lead early, we'd have just been chasing them all game. And at some point, guys would have lost confidence. I think you playing against the champs, you know how good they is. You got Shea shooting threes all in Almond face, and it's one of those things that I tell y'all all the time. You come out and Shea, he put it on Almond Thompson's mind. You supposed to be the best perimeter defender. When you go against me, this is what you got to deal with. 35 points on your dome top. I'm shooting threes on you. Even when I'm missing, I'm still shooting threes. I'm coming at you full speed. I'm irky jerky. I'm chicken winging you, pushing you off with the little chicken wing. You know what I mean? We doing everything. And Almond Thompson got to look at it and say, damn, every time I go to OKC, I got to play this dude. And guess what? Likewise, that's what Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren is thinking about LP. Like, oh, shit, here come LP. Oh, shit. Nobody's saying, oh, shit, here come Kevin Durant. But they should be. They should be saying, oh, shit, LP and Kevin Durant coming in together tonight? What are we going to do with that? LP going to give us 40. Kevin Durant going to give us 30. How are we going to stop that? LP and Kevin Durant both going to come in and get 35 points. Right? And that's how you put it on their mind, bro. But we didn't do that tonight. It was one of those nights where KD could have put it on their mind, and it would have been, it would have been for the rest of the year. Every time we go to OKC or they come to Houston, they'd have been like, oh shit, here come KD and Alpha Shangon, bro. Who wants to put up with this nonsense? They got Almond Thompson zooming around, running real fast. We gotta wrestle with Steve Adams and KD and Albert Shangoon shooting the damn ball all over the place. Oh my day. See, that's how you want people to feel. You don't want people to be like, oh yeah, shoot. All we gotta do is double LP and Almond can't shoot, and KD, he chilling. KD ain't gonna do nothing but, be efficient and shoot 12, 13 shots and get you 26. KD gonna shoot. He gonna shoot 100%. KD gonna shoot 13 shots and get you 26 points. No pressure. You just gonna make some shots. But hey, look, I'm past the hour on this thing, man. I'm jumping off. I'm crashing out. It's what time is it? 12 o'clock. Been on since 8 o'clock this morning, 9 o'clock this morning. I've been on. I really could go a little while longer, but at this point, I would have to stand up and stretch or move around, do something, because my back hurt from sitting in this chair so long. But hey man, I appreciate you pulling up on me. You're a real one, man. You're a real one. You're a real one, though. Appreciate you, man. And With that being said, man, look, all the hype, man, all the hype about this game is gonna make Rockets fans say irrational stuff. The thought for today is calm the fuck down, bro. It's not that serious. Not talking to you though, Book. Not talking to you. Calm down, bro. It's not that serious. Everything is not about the house burning. It's not the sky is not falling when you take the champs to double overtime. The sky is not falling when you take the champs to a double overtime. When you take the champs to a double overtime, the sky is not falling. You see how I got on my Dr. Umar shit? I know I did a Dr. Umar, y'all. If I got on this Dr. Umar, I gotta say it 2 more times. You know I'm sleepy when I get silly like that. It starts doing a Dr. Umar for no reason, like I'm saying something important. But no, for real. Just because you suffer a small defeat by a marginable error, not a margin, a small margin, should I say? You can't think the sky's falling. The 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 bottom line is it was a double overtime, and we don't have our point guard. We don't have our starting point guard. We're literally starting two guys who haven't been in the league for 3 years playing our point guards. We're literally playing Amin Thompson and Reed Shepard at the point guard position. That should give you a sense of confidence, if nothing else. If nothing else, the fact that you say, man, we did that with Reed Shepard and Amin Thompson at the beginning of the year, we got 81 games to go. And we did that by the end of the year. See, I don't know that OKC can get no better. I don't think nobody on their team has any more betterness esque that they can be. Maybe Wiggins can get a little bit better. They come back, they get Jalen Williams. They get to be a little bit better because Jalen Williams is back, right? You get Jalen Williams back, you a better team. Wiggins get a little bit better, you're a better team. But Chet's not getting too much better. Chet is gonna be Chet. Just like Kevin Durant gonna be Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant can play a little bit better. But Chet's not gonna do much more than what he's doing. Like you're not gonna look up and be like, man, Chet giving boys 30. Now, if Chet get to on some I'm giving boys 30 type shit, that's different. But to make a long story short, because I can really go into this and the next game and everything, but I'm gonna hold some back. This is my point. My point is that team ain't got, let's say they're 9, let's say they're 8. I mean, they had a historic year last year. They literally had a historic year last year. And the MVP on the team, our player that guys love to argue with me about is not our best player, literally outplayed the MVP tonight. Let that sink in. The guy that people love to argue with me about not being our best player, not being good enough to do this, not being that, baza, literally outplayed the MVP tonight. And Kevin Durant didn't give you a monster of a game. He didn't do nothing, that's going to blow your socks off. Amin Thompson played okay. He played okay. He didn't give you a doozy. You know what I mean? Tari stunk it up. Reed Shepard obsolete. So what happens when that shit comes together? What happened when Alfred Şengün outplayed Shea? What happened when Kevin Durant just flat out outplays Chet and gives you another 28, 29 points? And Armin comes to play and grows to not turn the ball over. And Reed Shepard confidence start to kick in the more he plays. And with that, I want to say this. The boy didn't look scared, man. He didn't look scared at the moment. He didn't look scared at the moment. He looked like he got outplayed, but guess what? His mama called him Isaiah. I'm gonna call him Isaiah. That's the tax collector. That's the tax collector. Blocking a steal for the tax collector and 1 3-pointer. He didn't look scared. He got outplayed. It's only his second year. First game of the second year. You could expect it. You could expect that the number one team in the league was going to outplay your second year point guard. You could expect that was going to happen. It's I'm not bewildered by that at all. I wasn't caught off guard. You know, I wasn't stunned. No kind of way was I, you know, um, what's the next word? So, you know, by no stretch of the imagination was it a thing where I felt like, hey, Reed's gonna go out there and outplay Alex Caruso and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I didn't. So the fact that Reed Shepard got outplayed, okay, cool. The fact that Armin got outplayed by Shea, cool. But LP didn't. What? Alfred Şengün outplayed the MVP tonight? Yes, he did. And the matchup quickly became, can Armin keep up with Chet? And we saw that Kevin Durant stepped up, kept up with Chet, and now it trickled down. Armin, you just have to do your thing. Reed, you just have to do your thing. And by the end of the year, if we don't get no point guard, because I'm not on this, we need a point guard bandwagon with y'all, but I'm not on that. I'm not on that with y'all. Y'all on that bandwagon by yourself. What I'm saying is we need to not jump off the bridge every loss. And you know how Rockets fans are. Every loss, they jumping off the bridge. Every loss, we jump off a bridge. I don't see no reason to. Because when I do decide, hey, this is a must-do situation, this is something that has to be done, it's just what it is. It's just what it is and what it got to be. And now's not now's not the time for it. I don't think we're in that kind of situation. I just look at tonight's game and say, damn, we took the champs to a double overtime, a knockdown drag out, 12-round boxing bout, heavyweight style in their backyard. In their backyard. We did this. We came to your house. We knocked on your front door. You wasn't there. We came to the back door, knocked on your window. And when you came outside and said, why you in my backyard? We took you the distance in this fight. Knockdown, drag out. So I mean, if that don't give you something to hold your head about, stick your chest out about, nothing will. All the little minor details, who didn't do what, who did do what did what, who did who, this and that and the third. I ain't on that. I ain't on it. I am, but it's not the biggest. It's not the biggest story. It's not the biggest story. The biggest story is that was a hell of a game for opening night. A hell of a game for opening night. I wish KD would have got a steal or a block. And we almost got that one. We almost got that. We had big plays. It was playoff atmosphere. You got a feeling of what it can be like in the Western Conference Finals. And guess what? Guess what that means? If you know, like I know, the way that game played out, I have a feeling that the referees might do some cheating for us in the playoffs. If it come down to it and a team start getting the best of us, let's say we going against Denver and Bruce Brown start playing good defense, they'll start calling fouls on him. Let's say we playing against Minnesota and we fouling Anthony Edwards, they probably won't call it. Because that kind of intensity that we just played that team tonight, they need that in the playoffs. And what better place than the Western Conference Final where Kevin Durant can have a chance to go back and win a title. So, with that being said, man, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you again coming through. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and clap it up for you. I like to clap it up for my chat, man. We in this thug thing. I flips Dolo from state to state. Aha. The bands of bonds of business. Yeah, Dolo from state to state, man. We out this thing, man. Stay tuned, stay tapped in, stay on along. This is Red Alert. I'm your host, E to the F to the signing off. Peace.